Yeah, hello everyone, it's Olumayowa Victor Ogushola for you again, and I'm here today with another interesting video in the field of business management. What I bring to us today is very important for business students all over the world. Or are you an aspiring entrepreneur? You definitely need this video to be successful in your business. Also, are you already a manager? Perhaps you're an operational manager, a tactical manager, or a strategic manager in any organization anywhere in the world. You would agree with me that today's video would be important for success in your role as well. What do I bring to us today? Today, I bring to us marketing. And that's why I decided to title today's video, the A to Z of marketing. So I'm going to be talking about from the foundational topics of marketing to some kind of strategic topics in marketing. Today's video will educate us on marketing, and especially how can we use marketing to gain more profit? How can we use an effective marketing system to gain competitive advantage in our organization? So thank you and enjoy the video. Of course, you know I would walk to the whiteboard right now. If you come with me, and I will break it all down using my pen. Thank you very much. At the whiteboard now. The first question I have today is, what exactly is marketing? So I put it here, yeah? What is marketing? I thought about it, and I'm going to give us three different definitions of marketing in this video. The first big definition of marketing that I would like to give is from the CIN. Yeah? The CIN is the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Chartered Institute of Marketing from the United Kingdom. So this is an organization in the United Kingdom. The Chartered Institute of Marketing from the United Kingdom define marketing as a management process. So the first thing they said to us is that marketing is a management process. Marketing is a management process that helps us to identify, anticipate, and satisfy customer requirements at a profit. I'll just put that down quickly, please. Yeah? CIM, yeah, CIM defines marketing as a management process which helps to identify, anticipate, and satisfy customer requirements at a profit. Let's look at this definition more closely, please. So marketing, according to the Chartered Institute of Marketing United Kingdom, is a management process. When we talk about a management process, that means we say that there is planning, forecasting, control, coordinating, organizing. That means we have all these elements of management involved in marketing. So marketing is a management process which helps any organization. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a manager in a specific organization? Marketing will help you to identify your customers. If you don't know your customers these days and you're producing, I'm sorry, dear, you are losing it, because there will be no competitive advantage for you. Pardon me, I'm going to pick my cover to my pen now. Thank you. So marketing helps to identify customers. Now, when you identify the customers, marketing helps you to anticipate on the needs of the customers. By anticipation, you identify the customers, then you begin, what do they need? How do they need it? How do they want it? What quality, what quantity, what price do they want? What place do they want it delivered to? Okay, you're anticipating. Okay, deliberations going on how to satisfy the customer, and then you eventually satisfy the customer. And you are doing all that, you are also making a profit for your organization. So that's the definition of marketing from the CIM. I am going to take all this off now, but of course you can always rewind and see the definition of marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing. This is one of my favorite definitions, okay? Because it tells me that marketing is the management process. It tells me that I have to identify my customers. It tells me I have to anticipate on the needs of the customers, and it tells me I have to satisfy the customers. Most importantly, it tells me that I can make profit as well. Thank you. So still, I said I would give 3 different definitions of marketing. Over the years, there's another definition of marketing that everything is falling off today. Please ignore that. I'll get that, please. It's the dust. Over the years, there's been another definition of marketing which catches my fancy. Okay? And that's the definition from a certain Finnish professor called Professor Christian Grundrus. He defines marketing as a process. Professor Christian, you might want to look that up. Grundrus. I found this definition some years ago while I was lecturing in England. He defined marketing as a process, as a process that establishes one, enhances and maintain the relationship between customers and the organization at mutual benefits for both parties. Lovely jubbly. This is a very interesting definition of marketing. The professor from Finland says that marketing is a process that helps to establish relationships between customer and the organization. It helps to enhance that relationship between customer and the organization. And finally, it helps to maintain the relationship between customer and the organization. And at the end of this process, both the customer and the organization have benefits. And this is a lovely definition of marketing from Professor Christian Grundrus. You can always rewind this video to see that definition again. Thank you very much. It's getting more interesting now. I give you a third and final definition of marketing. What's interesting is that this definition is actually from myself. And I say that marketing is simply the process whereby any organization uses its 7 P's. Marketing, I say, is simply the process whereby any organization uses its 7 P's to ensure that the customers and all stakeholders are not just satisfied, but delighted. Lovely, jolly. This is a definition from me. Marketing is simply the process whereby any organization uses its 7 P's to ensure that the customers and all stakeholders are not just satisfied but are delighted. What do we mean by the 7 P's? Somebody asked me already. It's when the organization uses its products. P number 1, uses its price. P number 2, uses its place. P number 3, uses its promotional techniques. P number 4, uses its people. P number 5, uses its processes. P number 6, and uses its physical layout. Yeah. So marketing is simply the process whereby any organization uses these P's to ensure that their customers and stakeholders are delighted. So we have fully talked about the definition of marketing. Please feel free to see any of these 3 definitions. Thank you very much. We go to the next thing now, and we talk about the 4 C's of marketing. The 4 most important C's of marketing, right? 4 C's. I'll put up small. C's of marketing. Maybe you are guessing. Let's see if you get it right. The first C here is the company. What about the company? Yeah. What is the structure of this company? What is the culture of this company? Okay. What is the quality systems? Quality systems in place at this company. Yeah. C number 1 is what? Company. C number 1. C number 2 is the customer. So we are talking about the 4 important C's in marketing. Who is the customer? Okay. So we say, who is the customer? Have you been able to identify your target customers? Have you been able to identify their needs, anticipate on their needs, and then satisfy their needs? C number 3 is the competitor. Competitor. So you ask yourself, who are the competitors? Of course, it's a highly competitive business environment. So you want to know your competitors because you can benchmark and import best practices from your competitors into your own organization. You want to know exactly what's going on with your competitors if you want an effective marketing process. Yeah. So 4 C's of an effective. 4 C's of an effective marketing process. Yeah. It's 3 C's. Somebody says, boy, says 4. I come up with the last one. And the last one is context. Context. And by context, I talk about the context of the business environment. What is the context of the business environment? Yeah? Context of the business environment. Context of the business environment in which you are operating in. Okay? Of course, if you want to know the context of the business environment you're operating in, you look at something like your PES2 factors. What is happening politically, economically, socio-culturally, technologically, legal-wise, and environmentally in that business environment. So these are the 4 C's of an effective marketing process. So are you a strategic manager, operational manager, tactical manager? You're looking at this video right now, okay? You can consult us and we can diagnose for you from the root causes the problems that might occur with any of these 4 C's, and we can provide to you smart solutions. So 4 C's of an effective marketing process. Thank you very much. Now we go to something more interesting. Evolution of marketing. Evolution of marketing. When we talk about the evolution, then you know that we are saying marketing has traveled over time. Evolution. Evolution. Evolution of marketing. Marketing has traveled over time. Yeah, the very first era was the production era. Production era. In the evolution of marketing, this was time that they didn't care about quality, mass production. This was the period Henry Ford of Ford Motors says, as long as it is black, the customers will buy it. You might want to look that up on Google. Production era of marketing. It was not about quality. It was not about what customer wanted. It was about mass production. Keep producing. They don't have a choice. They will buy it. Production era. The marketing traveled to another era, which is the product era. Products. Okay? And in the product era, they started thinking about quality. But don't forget, in one of my videos, I had said quality can be defined by the customer, according to W. Edward Deming. But in this era, they were thinking about quality, but they were not thinking about quality from the customer. They were already applying quality to the products, but that quality was not from the customer. That was the product era. Then marketing moved to another era, which is the selling era, sales. I put it selling, yeah? Selling or sales era. And in this era, what we had, the form of marketing we had was aggressive sales. We just had to sell by crook or by hook. We just had to sell what we produced. And have you parked your car in a car park and you've come back and you've seen a leaflet of a pizza shop and into the window of your car? That's aggressive sales. Most of us wake up in the morning and we see that aggressive sales staff or people working for such organizations, they've put in the restaurant adverts or pizza adverts or some local shop advert, car washing advert. They put that through your door, and that's aggressive sales. Yeah. And then we moved on to another era of marketing, and that was the marketing era. Yeah. Marketing era. And in this marketing era, interestingly, if you look at the definition of marketing, this was the era whereby they thought about the customers. So they identified the customers, they anticipated on the needs of the customers, and they satisfied the customers while making a profit. Marketing era. But it didn't end here. The current era where we are right now for marketing is the ethical and sustainability era. Ethical and sustainability era. So in this last era, ethical and sustainability, if you show that please, ethical and sustainability, that era, of course they were satisfying customers. They identified customer needs and made sure they satisfied the customers and made profit. But beyond that, organizations now go ahead to be seen as having a positive impact on the environment that they operate in. So this is the CSR era. Of course, we want to satisfy our customers, we want to make profit, but we want to affect the environment, the society in which we operate in positively. Okay? And when you talk about that era, the main focus for such organizations would be the 3 Ps. And what do we mean by the 3 Ps? We are talking about they want to make sure that they affect the planet in a very positive way. They want to make sure that their customers, that is the people, okay, are delighted, and they want to make sure that they're making profits as well. So that is the ethical and sustainability era of marketing. Okay, I bring to you again how marketing has traveled over time from the different eras. From the production era, when Henry Ford said, as long as it is black, customers will buy it, mass production, low quality, to the product era, where they were thinking about quality, but they were not thinking about quality from the customer's perspective, to the sales era, selling era, where it was aggressive sales. You have to sell by hook or by hook, to the marketing era, where customers became a priority. The needs of the customers had to be satisfied, and then to the ethical and sustainability era, where it was beyond making profit, beyond satisfying customer, but they say now we must affect the society in a positive way. Thank you very much. We clean that off now. You can rewind that to see any part of the video that is not clear to you. Thank you. So we move on now to something important. We talk about marketing. Maybe your business, I don't care about marketing. We'll tell you why you have to care about marketing. What are the benefits? Yeah? Benefits of marketing. Benefits of marketing. Of course, it helps the organization. It helps the organization, yeah, to tell their customers and the world what they have to offer. When there's an effective marketing process in place, then your customers and the world know what your organization have to offer. Okay? Benefits of marketing. It helps to keep long-term relationship with customers. Yeah? It promotes long-term relationships with the customers. After all, Professor Christian Gurus, in the definition I gave earlier on, says it helps to establish, enhance, and maintain relationship with customers. Okay? Benefits of marketing. Of course, it helps the organization to make profits. Profits and profits. After all, the definition from the CIM says that marketing is the management process that helps to identify, anticipate, and satisfy customer requirements while making a profit. Benefits of marketing. Look at my definition where I talked about the 7 P's, okay? So it helps the organization. It helps to the organization, yeah, to deliver effectively on the 7 P's. So with effective marketing process in place, organizations are able to deliver a quality product, the right price, to the right place, at the right price. They're able to employ the right people. They're able to have effective processes, and they're able to have the right physical layout within there. So these are some benefits of marketing. We can go on and on. But somebody says, come on, maybe there's some, I wouldn't say that there are disadvantages of an effective marketing process. No. There are no disadvantages. What I would rather say is that it comes with at a price. So maybe we say cons of marketing process, of an effective marketing process. I would like to give 2. It can be expensive. Yeah? If you are in business and you want to make sure that you are perfect or effective and efficient on the 7 P's, it can be effective, and we can say it is time consuming. Excuse me, please. It is time consuming. Okay, so I present to you the benefits of effective marketing process and the cons of marketing. Again, you can rewind to really understand what I was saying. Thank you very much. We go to the next, which is something very important. We cannot talk about marketing without talking about the 7 P's of marketing. So we go to the next. be a magnetic duster. We talk about the 7 P's of marketing, please. Yeah, 7 P's of marketing. So we have products, we have price, we have place, we have promotion, we have people, we have process, and we have physical layout. And these are the 7 P's of marketing known as the marketing mix. Before I explain the 7 P's of marketing, let me pretend that I can bake a cake. When you want to bake a cake, of course, it's a combination of different things, isn't it? To have a delicious cake, you need flour, you need sugar, you need butter. And now you know that I cannot bake a cake. But I know that you need different ingredients to make a delicious cake. Let's come back to marketing. To have an effective marketing process, you need these 7 P's. Products. Customers want quality products. Quality products. Products can be tangible, something we can see, touch, carry, feel. Product. Or intangible, could be a service, something that we cannot see. Whether it's tangible or intangible, it's got to be quality. Products. What is the unique selling point of your product? USP, yeah? What is the unique selling point of your product? This is very important. So, are you a marketing manager? Each time that you're coming up with a new product, ask yourself, is the quality enough for the customers? What is the unique selling point of these products? Price. Absolutely. Customers want to get your product at a fair price. They want to get your product value for money. So, the price for this product must be fair to the customers, okay? Value for money. Value for money, fair price to the customer. And there are different pricing techniques that we can use as marketing managers, yeah? The first one I'd like to talk about is the penetration, yeah? Penetration pricing, And that simply means you enter the market and you come with a very low price, okay? With the hope that since I'm charging a low price, I'll get everybody to start buying from me. And once I have enough customers, I put the price up. And that is penetration. Another pricing system is known as competitive pricing. Competitive pricing. And this pricing system is where you are simply charging what other people in the industry are charging. So you're charging what your competitors are charging. Another pricing system is the psychological pricing. Have you entered a shop before and you see a product and they put the price of the product as, I'm going to go here, can you watch this everyone please? And they put the price of the product as 999. So let's talk, we're in the Netherlands, so we're talking about euros now, 999.99. Come on, how much is this? This is 1,000 euros. What is this? But that's psychological pricing. So I think they think that some customers will come in and say, oh, I love this. It's not even up to 1,000 euros. I'm going to buy it. Come on, it's 999.99 euros. That's psychological pricing. Talking about competitive pricing, penetration pricing as well. There's another price strategy called the loss leader. The loss leader pricing strategy is where the strategy is to get you into the shop. So for example, every shop sells cornflakes for 2 euros. But there's a particular shop X who decides to sell their cornflakes for €1.50. So that is 50 cents less than other shops. Then you say, I'm not going to waste my money and buy 2 euros cornflakes, the same type of cornflakes. I'm going to go into this shop and buy cornflakes for €1.50. But that shop is very clever, because on milk, every other shop sells milk for €1. They are selling milk for €1.20. Every other shop sells bread for 70 cents. They are selling bread for 90 cents. Every other shop sells chocolate beverage drink for €2. They are selling chocolate beverage drink for €2.20. So you walk in saying, ha ha ha, I'm getting the cheapest milk. But of course you don't buy milk at all. You pick a bread, you pick a chocolate beverage, you pick other things, and you have ended up paying more on top of that milk that you bought. So it's called loss leader strategy. Okay. Another last pricing strategy is known as skimming. Skimming strategy. And for skimming strategy, it can happen when you are the first in the business. Oh, I'm selling X, and I am the only one selling X. And because I have the monopoly of selling X, I'm going to put up high prices. So they don't have a choice. Everybody's going to buy from me. That is skimming. Okay, there's a shop down the road now selling X. Oh, there's another organization there now selling X. Okay, then I now need to bring my price down. So for skimming strategy, you start with a high price because you are the only one offering that product in the society. So that's about pricing strategies. Let's talk about the next P, which is place. These days, place can be shops. But these days, we have the online shopping, isn't it? Okay? Online shopping. So these days, we have our Amazon, we have our bow.com. For those in Africa, we have konga.com, jumia.com, and alibaba.com, and we can go on and on. Online shopping, place, yeah? Place. So this place is not physical only, place is online. Promotion. Wow, this is a very important P. If you don't promote your product, how do we know about your products? So this is about it's called above the line promotion and below the line promotion. If you don't promote your product, I say again, how do we know? So this is organizations telling the world about what they have to offer. Yeah, promotion, telling the world. Yeah, telling the world. Yeah, especially your target customers, what you have to offer. At this point, it's very important that I educate us that marketing was firstly about the 4 Ps. But later, around the early 1980s, came Booms and Bittner. Then Booms and Bittner brought about the last 3 Ps I'm going to talk about. The argument was that how can you talk about product, price, place, and promotion and not talk about people? It's the people who make the product. It's the people who set the price. It's the people who organize the place and the promotion. Okay? So people. Who are the people? Are they qualified? Qualified personnel. Yeah? Within the organization. These people, they determine the culture of your organization. Okay? Okay? Determines culture of your organization. And then they also added process. The process involved in your organization, is it complex or simple to use? Customers always run away from complex processes. We all want simple processes, okay? That's simple to use processes, okay? Within the organization. And the last P is a physical layout, which tells us when we come to your organization, we come to your shop, what's the ambience? Is it is the lighting in the right order? Is the music in the background in the right order? Is it clean? Is it neat? Is the ambience of your organization, whether you are a bank or you're a retail store or you're a restaurant or you're a barber's shop, when I come, the physical layout, will it encourage me to come back? Okay, and that's what we're talking about. Ambience, yeah. Health and safety, yeah. It's health and safety taken into place. Factors like this, yeah. And that's the 7 P's of an effective marketing process. Okay, please feel free to rewind and understand what we have said about any of the 7 P's. Thank you very much. Now we are going to something also very interesting, because when we talk about marketing, there are different marketing techniques and different marketing strategies. So you will find this very interesting. I think we will end the video very soon. Okay, so we're going to talk about the different marketing strategies and techniques. Yeah? Marketing strategies and techniques. So the first one we are going to talk about is, let's talk about marketing plan. Okay, marketing plan. As a tactical or strategic manager of an organization, you should be involved in the process of satisfying your customers. Therefore, you should be involved in the process of designing an effective marketing plan. And the first thing that you need to do to design an effective what is a marketing plan? I should explain as well. Okay, an effective marketing plan is simply a document that shows in details the step-by-step record of how you intend to satisfy your customers. I'll take that again. Okay, it's a simple document which shows the step-by-step record or method of how you intend to satisfy your customers. Okay, and what are the steps to an effective marketing plan? First of all, we have to understand that the objectives at corporate and market level must be well aligned. Okay, so when we talk about a marketing plan, yeah, the organization has its own strategic and corporate objectives. The marketing department of that organization has its own objectives. The objectives of the marketing department and that of the strategic department must be in agreement. Okay? Then, the next thing would be to carry out a SWOT analysis. Conduct a SWOT analysis. We are trying to have a marketing plan. So by conducting a SWOT analysis, we are able to identify the strengths of our organization, the areas for improvement, that is weaknesses within our organization, okay? Strengths, weaknesses, strengths and weaknesses, and these two are internal. The strengths and weaknesses can be found within the organization. But when we talk about the opportunities and the threats, opportunities and threats, okay, these two are external. So what do I say? The strengths and the weaknesses can be found within our organization. Our organization can capitalize on the strengths. Our organization can do something to change these weaknesses into strengths. But the opportunities and threats exist in the external business environment. Okay? So we conduct that, and once we conduct that, it helps us to form the right strategies. So the next thing to do here would be to form strategies. Yeah? After the SWOT analysis, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know the opportunities that exist in the business environment, those opportunities must be explored and exploited. It's not good enough to know about the opportunities in the business environment. All business organizations must explore the opportunities and must exploit those opportunities. Okay? Then you say, oh, we know about the threats. We're going to run away from the threats. You know all these things, then you can now form strategies, different kind of strategies. Implement the strategies, yeah? And let's try to, pardon my writing, I know I got some very horrible writing, but I think you can still see what I'm writing, huh? And then the last thing would be evaluation. But at least I'm saying it, so if you cannot see it, you can hear me. Thank you. Evaluation. So you evaluate all this. And this is how to have a perfect marketing plan. Okay, we are in this meeting today to talk about marketing plan for our organization. Oh, what are our corporate and strategic objectives? Marketing department, are you guys here? Oh, you're here. What are your objectives in the marketing department? Let's make sure that the objectives of the marketing department and the objectives of our strategic department or corporate objectives, let's make sure that these do not conflict each other. Once we are sure that they don't conflict each other, guys, let's conduct a SWOT analysis for our organization. We want to know our strengths so that we capitalize on it. We want to know our weaknesses so that we do something to turn those weaknesses into strengths. We want to look at the business environment and begin to explore and exploit opportunities that are there for us. And we want to look at the threats and stay away from the threats. Once we do that, we can begin to decide on the formulation of strategies. Then we implement those strategies and we monitor and evaluate those strategies. Marketing plan, fantastic strategy for business organizations. Fantastic marketing strategy for business organizations. You can rewind again to see what we have said about a marketing plan. The next one we are going to talk about is market segmentation. Market segmentation. Remember, we are talking about marketing strategies and techniques. It is very important to understand as a strategic manager that you cannot satisfy all customers. Therefore, you must have your own target customers. So market segmentation is simply when we subdivide the markets into different segments, whereby each segment becomes a potential target market to be satisfied by our marketing mix. Simple. Market segmentation. So as an organization, we have to say, our products, is it for women? Is it for men? Okay, our products is for women. Is it for young women, or is it for old women, or is it for babies? Our products, is it for Black Africans or for Europeans? So this is what we're talking about, market segmentation. Your product cannot satisfy all customers, so your product has to be segmented. And then once you subdivide the market into different segments, you begin to look at each segment and you look at and choose the one that your marketing mix can satisfy. Do we understand that? Of course, we know what we mean by our marketing mix, 7 P's. Yeah? Market segmentation done. You can rewind that to see that again. So the next marketing strategy we are going to talk about now is the Porter's 5 forces. Porter's 5 forces, yeah? We are talking about threats of new entrants. We are talking about bargaining power of the buyers. We are talking about bargaining power of the suppliers. We are talking about threats from substitute goods. And finally, we are talking about the level of rivalry in the industry. Level of rivalry in the industry. Porter's 5 forces. This is a strategy or technique that every strategic manager must monitor. We are in business, but there's another business down the road who does or offers exactly same product as us coming up. Definitely we might lose some of our customers to that business, isn't it? So threats of new entrants. The more people coming into the industry, the more chances of us losing some of our customers, and the more chances of us losing some parts of our market share. So you want to monitor that. Of course, bargaining power of the buyers. The buyers are very powerful. These are our customers. Therefore, we must satisfy our customers at all times. Bargaining powers of the suppliers. These days, suppliers are not just partners, but suppliers are strategic partners. So suppliers as well are stakeholders that must be satisfied. So organizations, as you satisfy your customers, as you make sure that your customers are delighted, also the strategic relationship that you have with your suppliers must be such that your suppliers are also delighted. Threats of substitute goods. So what example can I make of that? For example, we are in the Netherlands, and we are right now in a city called Deventer. And let's say that, I'm making an assumption now, guys. Yeah? Let's say that in Deventer, the only form of transportation to move from Deventer to Amsterdam would be to take a taxi. So the only form of transportation is cars. Don't you think that that's boom for the taxi industry? So in Deventer, there is no rail station. The only way to get from Deventer to Amsterdam is by cars. To go by cars. And that means that the taxis are super making some money and profits. But now comes a substitute product. The gemeente, as we say in the Netherlands, the Dutch government or municipal government is now building a rail station in Deventer, which means there will be a train from Deventer to Amsterdam. Substitute products. Immediately that train starts traveling from Deventer to Amsterdam, there's going to be low sales for the taxi drivers. Don't you think so? And that's an example of threats from substitute goods. Of course, I've always said that it's a highly competitive business environment. So the level of rivalry in the industry is what must be monitored by strategic managers at all times. So is it monopoly? That means just you in the business. Is it oligopoly, which means a few of you? Or is it a perfect competition market, which means there are many of you offering such services in the business? So this is very important for managers to know as well, and for students around the world as well. And that's the Porter's 5 forces. I think we just have 2 or more strategies now, and that will be the end of this particular session. Let's take what we've talked about, please. Can you show that, please? We've talked about marketing, okay? We've talked about 4 C's of marketing process. We've talked about the evolution of marketing. We've talked about the benefits and cost of marketing. we've talked about 7 P's of the marketing process, and we're talking about some strategies now. We've talked about the marketing plan, we've talked about market segmentation, Porter's 5 forces. We've not talked about environmental scanning. So now I talk about environmental scanning. What does this mean? So you are in business, you have to scan the environment. Okay? Of course, you can use the PES2 analysis. I bring that up again. Yeah? Your political factors, environmental factors, social factors, technology, legal, and economical. So you can use this to scan the business environment. When you scan the business environment, what are you looking for? You're looking for 2 things. The essence of environmental scanning is for 2 things, and that is 1, market intelligence, and the second one, market intelligence. Second one is competitive intelligence, competitive intelligence. So when you have done an effective environmental scanning, you are able to identify your customers. Look at that, market intelligence. Market intelligence simply means we now know who our customers are. We now know what our customers want, and we are now able to offer to our customers what they want and how they want it. Market intelligence. Competitive intelligence simply means we now know our competitors. We can benchmark, we can import best practices from these competitors into our own organization. Okay? We can learn from the mistakes of the competitors and avoid such mistakes. And that's the environmental scanning. That's what it means there. Okay? So we take that off as well. I think we have just just 2 things to go. 2 more explanations and we're done with this video. So I'm going to give that a tick. Environmental scanning gets a tick. And now we talk about Ansoff Matrix. Yeah? Ansoff Matrix. And when we talk about the Ansoff Matrix, this matrix is from actually a German, I think, with a full name, Igor Ansoff. It helps us to diagnose marketing into 4 segments. So from these, we are going to talk about 4 different strategies. We have to draw a quadrant. And this is our quadrant. And the Ansoff Matrix helps us to talk about existing products and new products, and existing markets and new markets. So let's see what we have. So for example, let's say that this is what we have here. Let's say that we have existing markets, yeah, and we have existing products. In the Ansoff Matrix, when we have existing products in existing markets, that strategy is known as market penetration. Yep. Market penetration. Okay? So, existing products in existing markets. It's not new products, same products from the Netherlands, Philips, in the Dutch market. So, existing product Philips in existing markets, Netherlands. That is market penetration. You make more profits. It's less risky because people know these products, isn't it? Okay, now let's talk about new products. New products. Can we monitor that closely? Now we talk about new products in existing markets. So, Philips is not going out of the Netherlands. Philips remain in the Netherlands, but it's coming up with new products. Why will Philips be coming up with new products? Maybe the Dutch people, the customers in the Netherlands, are already tired of that existing product. So Philips said, okay, we want to keep satisfying our customers. We want to give them something new. Therefore, we make a new product, and that is called product development. Product development. So here, existing products, existing market, Philips products, Dutch products in Dutch market is there. And let's say that product there, I'm giving an example now. Let's say the product is a TV, a television there. So Philips television produced in Dutch market in there. New products now. Customers are tired. We have to give them something new. Then let's say it's now a 3D TV, yeah? 3D TV. New product still in the same market, isn't it? So let's talk about now new markets. So existing products in new markets, and that will be market development, yeah? Market development. It could be that when Philips was having existing products in existing markets, of course they made so much sales, but sales began to drop. They said, oh, what do we do now? We satisfy our Dutch customers by making something new, and then they brought in the 3D TV, 3D television. But maybe that's also reached its peak, and it's also beginning to drop. They said, okay, we know exactly what we will do. We will now take our products into Turkey, or we will now take our products into Egypt, or we will now take our products into Ghana, for example, and that will be market development. And look at what market development means. Existing products going into new markets. Market development, okay? And now the last part will be, as you can see, new products, new markets. And that's called diversification. 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 Okay? So the example here, Philips going into another country. Yeah? So here, Philips products in Netherlands. Philips comes up with a new product. Here, Philips comes up with new products entirely, something very different. And they are going into new market as well. So what we have on the Ansoff Matrix are vectors of risk. Let's look at it together. When Philips has the TV in its own country, Netherlands, there's less risk. We can tell you that. Less risk, isn't it? But when Philips makes a new TV in its own country, Netherlands, the risk increases a little bit more. Okay, because it's a new product. Eh? So you can say, okay, risk increases a little. But when Philips goes into a new country that they don't know anything about, yeah, high risk, isn't it? So Philips is going into Ghana or into Morocco, high risk. Philips at this market development needs to carry out a pestle analysis to check if Ghana or Morocco, as the new country, is politically stable, is economically stable, is okay socio-culturally, if technology there will be right for Philips, if the legal systems will be effective enough for Philips, and if the environmental factors will be suitable for Philips. Yeah? And this is diversification. This is very, very, very high risk. So that's why I said what you have there are vectors of risk, from low risk to a bit of more risk to high risk to very risky. I don't know why any organization would involve in diversification. It's like you say, Samsung stops making phones and electronics and Samsung becomes an hotel. Why would that happen? Okay, so this is something I don't really understand why any organization would go. But when we talk about some of them, for example, product development, for example, market development, these could be said to be extension strategies. These could be extension strategies for our products within our business organizations. Okay, I'll drop this off now, please. Extension strategies, I'll explain what I mean in a minute. So every product has got a life cycle. I always think that it's the magnetic duster. Sorry about that. I think I just did a hat trick with the duster falling. I think it fell down 3 times already. Hat trick. Sorry about that. Product life cycle, So the very first stage of the product life cycle is the R&D, research and development. Research and development, you have that. Then you have, after research and development, of course you have production. Production of the product, production. So maybe you have that there. After production, you launch the product, isn't it? Launching, so that everybody knows about this product, Launching, we have that there. After launching, we have growth. At growth, we don't make profit already, but we have our money back. So break even, at growth, but we don't make profit. But then you have maturity. At maturity, we already make profit. The product is so popular. After maturity, there is a tendency that the product may begin to decline. So this product is so popular, everybody bought it already, it's been on, now nobody wants it again, it's become old-fashioned. So what organizations can do at this stage, is to apply, excuse me please, apply extension strategies, At this stage, organizations can apply extension strategies. And some of these extension strategies might be to add a new feature to the product, that's product development, Add a new feature, i.e. product development. What you can do again as extension strategy is to take the product into new markets. Everybody's tired of the 3D Philips TV in the Netherlands. But if this 3D TV goes to Morocco or Ghana or Zambia, it becomes a very new popular product. Do we understand that? So it could also be add a feature to extend the life cycle of the product. It could be, like I said, market development, take it to new market. Somebody says to me, it could be reduction of price. So maybe Victor and Michael and Sarah and Jolene were not able to buy these products when it was being sold for £1,000, but now they dropped the price as an extension strategy and it's now £600, and now we can buy it. So you may price reduction. So look at that, extension strategies had a new feature. You keep the product relevant in the market. Take the product to a new market, a new country, a new geographical area. You make the products relevant or price reduction. And this is product life cycle and extension strategies. It's very useful. And we talk about the very last thing. We talk about the very last part of this video, of this marketing video, which we believe is going to be very useful for you all. Strategies, make that marketing strategies and techniques. Okay, the very last part we talked about the Ansoff Matrix, so I'm going to give that a tick. Also, we added some things that is not on the board here. So now we're going to talk about competitive advantage. I'd like to say to you all that the very essence of having an effective marketing process is so that your organization can make some profits, and then your organization can gain some competitive advantage and actually at the end of the day get sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, so but what is competitive advantage? Competitive advantage is simply the edge your organization has over its competitors in the industry. Okay, competitive advantage, the edge your organization has over its rivals, its competitors, rivals in the industry. That is competitive advantage. But when we talk about sustainable competitive advantage, which is SCA, sustainable competitive advantage, it means keeping competitive advantage for like 10 years. For example, Apple has been around for a while now, which means Apple has sustainable competitive advantage in the mobile phone industry. Okay, Coca-Cola has been around for ages, which means Coca-Cola has sustainable competitive advantage in the food and beverage industry, soft drinks. And that's what we mean, yeah? Sustainable, i.e. 10 years and more for sustainable competitive advantage. But the question you should ask me now is how? How do I gain this competitive advantage? The name Michael Porter pops up again. So Michael Porter has given us some strategies for organizations to gain competitive advantage, okay? And those strategies are differentiation, and cost leadership. Differentiation and cost leadership. And these are strategies organizations can use to gain competitive advantage. So by differentiation, if you are seen to be doing something different, something unique, okay? You have a unique selling point, okay? Offering perhaps, maybe you are offering one of these things. You might be offering customer intimacy. You might be offering operational excellence. And that means you are different. You are different from all Apple and Samsung differentiation technique. That is their strategy for gaining competitive advantage in the mobile phone industry, mobile manufacturing industry. Another strategy, the last we're going to talk about today, is the cost leadership. Cost leadership. By cost leadership, it simply means that you are offering the lowest price in the industry. But why would you offer? Someone says, but if you offer the lowest price, you are going to run at a loss. The strategy there is that you keep your expenses to the barest minimum. So expenses, your rent, your utility bills, taxes, everything is dropped so low. And then your selling price as well can be dropped low. And that is why every other mobile manufacturer or every other shop might be selling this product for 10 euros, but your business is able to sell that same product for 7 euros because you have dropped down your cost price and you can afford to charge less for your selling price and you are still making profits, okay? Cost leadership. So for differentiation, you have shops like Apple, or businesses rather, like Apple, INC, Samsung, luxury brands, luxury brands. So they put it at an expensive price, but they are offering something unique quality. But for these shops, they drop down their expenses, and therefore they are able to drop down their selling price. For example, IKEA, if you want to look that up, IKEA is using this strategy here, and I say it's about dropping down all expenses, and therefore selling price is also reduced for customers. So are you in business? Are you a marketing manager in a business organization? You can recommend for your organization to use the cost leadership approach as a strategy for getting competitive advantage, or the differentiation approach. Thank you very much. And this is the end of our marketing lecture. I hope that you find it useful. Again, this is a lecture that I have put together for business students around. If you're a business student, definitely you are studying marketing. And this is something that I've put together for entrepreneurs around the world. And this is something that I've put together for operational managers, tactical managers, and strategic managers around the world. Because without marketing, you cannot satisfy your customers. Without marketing, you cannot make profits. Without marketing, without an effective marketing process, your organization cannot gain competitive advantage. Thank you very much. Of course, you know I will not go until I talk about my passion. You know that I will not go until I talk about my passion. And what is my passion? My passion is that Africa must develop. So I say to you, are you an African anywhere in the world? Please make sure that you are working towards African unity and the development of the African continent. Thank you. And you know as well that I like to get feedback from you. So please, you want to send me feedback, please give me a thumbs up on YouTube or give me a thumbs down on YouTube. Okay? And you can always reach me at this email: Delta Mango Alpha Yankee Oscar Romeo 4umbrella@gmail.com. Thank you very much. I'd like to say thank you in English language. In the Dutch language, here in the Netherlands, we say dank you well. And as a Yoruba man from Nigeria, West Africa, I like to say Esheo.